If you struggle with your impact position where we come into impact and all our weight stays on our right foot, the club head reaches the golf ball before the grip end of the club, and we get an impact position where we turn our 7-iron into a 9-iron, rather lots of loft, and the knuckles of your left hand go up towards the sky and release the club really early, and then from there we don't have a lot of consistency and compression. If you're this golfer, we know two things: the weight's on the right side, it's not transferring forward enough. Our low point is going to be slightly behind the golf ball. Great drill that you can explore. It's the golf ball quite close to your left foot. As we swing the club back, by the time we finish a backswing, we're already starting to take a step to the left hand side. So we're going to get to the top, take a step to the left, hands are ahead, my weight's into my left side, and my chest is ahead of the golf ball. That's going to do two things. It's going to allow me to get my weight into my left side, but it's also going to enable me to create this angle in the right wrist. If I release the club really early, right palm goes towards the sky, we add lots of loft. So place golf ball up quite close to your left foot. By the time you finish your backswing, so by the time your left arm gets parallel to the ground, we're already starting to take a step to the left hand side. We're going to hit the golf ball first and create a small compressed divot after the golf ball. Swing to the top, take a step to the left, so I feel like my left hip stays lower in transition. All my weight's going to systematically go into my left side. To the top, feel like my left hip stays lower, feel like my left shoulder stays lower. Hands are going to be ahead of the club head. I feel like all my weight is moving into my left side, and through impact I almost feel like I keep the position of my right wrist through impact. What does that mean? I feel like I keep the bend in the right wrist for longer, so my right palm stays down towards the ground for a fraction of a second longer. The bend in the right arm for longer, so I'm not releasing that right arm too early where the right palm goes towards the sky. To create that, I'm going to feel like I keep the bend in my right arm for longer, so maintain the bend in my right arm for longer, and my right palm stays down towards the ground. You can see from there, right palm stays down towards the ground. That's going to enable the hands to stay ahead, but it's also going to allow me to hit the golf ball first and move my low point ahead of the golf ball. If you want to improve your impact position, use the step through drill, place the golf ball up on your left foot. By the time you finish your backswing, you've already taken a step to the left. Things to create that: left hip stays lower in transition, left shoulder's going to work away from your chin, so left shoulder's going to work away from your chin, and that's also going to stay lower in transition, and that's going to enable my sternum to get ahead of the golf ball. It's going to allow me to hit the golf ball first and then create a divot after the golf ball. So if you want to improve your iron play, first thing you need to understand is where is your weight impact. I keep the bend in my right arm and right wrist for longer, and I feel like I'm going to hit the ground after the golf ball. So I'm going to hit the golf ball first, but then I'm hitting all three golf balls at the same time, and I'm going to keep the leading edge down for a split second longer through impact. One of the biggest issues we see with golfers that struggle with the impact position is they swing to the top of the backswing, their right foot stays on the ground, right shoulder stays behind the golf ball, all their weight stays on the right foot stays fixated on the ground, and there's a big gap between both knees. If you're this golfer, the contribution of that is the club hits the ground before impact. We also see a low point move back, struggle with thins, tops, and a whole host of different shots. For this golfer, simple drill you can use: place a bottle or any appliance close to the heel. If you swing the club back and all your weight stays on your right foot, what's going to happen from there is your right knee is going to stay over your right foot into the downswing. All your weight's going to stay on your right foot, right shoulder drops, sternum gets behind the golf ball, then we get an impact position that looks like this. Grip end of the club goes back, and we don't create a lot of compression that everyone wants to achieve. So place the golf ball in front of you. All you're going to do on the way through is you're going to try, as we come into impact, we're going to try and get our right knee to move ahead of our right foot. That's going to do two things. It's going to allow my right knee to move closer to my left knee, but it's also going to enable me to allow my chest to cover the golf ball, and it's going to transfer my weight more into my left side. So swing to the top, don't let your right foot stay on the ground, allow your right knee to move ahead of your right foot coming into impact. A great feeling to help achieving that is trying to get the grip end of the club past the golf ball at impact. But right knee always leading the right ankle. You can see from there, at the moment impact, I feel like my left hand's ahead of the golf ball, and I feel like I'm turning the loft down. I'm going to allow my left hand to get past the golf ball, rehearse your impact position. Grip end of the club is dissecting through left. Get to the top of the backswing, you're going to allow your right knee to move ahead of your right ankle. I'm going to knock the water bottle down in the process. I'm going to allow right knee to move close into my left side, chest is ahead of the golf ball. Swing to the top, right knee moving ahead as my right ankle starts to roll. I'm going to knock that water bottle over That's a great draw that you can explode. It's going to allow your right knee to work ahead of your right ankle, and it's also going to allow you to transfer your weight into your left side through impact. Right knee ahead of right ankle, I'm going to push the water bottle towards my left heel on the way through. Pushing the water bottle towards my left heel, to create that, my right knee has to move ahead on my right foot, and I'm going to enable my left shoulder to move away from my chin. Many golfers that struggle with the right foot stay on the ground. The left shoulder stays quite close to the chin. As we swing through impact, right knee is going to move ahead of right ankle. I'm going to push the water bottle closer to my left foot, and then from there I'm going to feel like my left shoulder separates itself from my chin on the way through. That's going to help me transfer my weight into my front foot, but it's also going to enable me to get my hands ahead of impact and turn that loft down on the club. Knee ahead of right ankle, inertial impact position. Swing to the top, right knee ahead of right ankle, knock the water bottle down. Weight into my left side, my hands are going to be ahead at impact. That's going to help you achieve a little bit more success within your iron plate and start making that ball turf combination. Right knee moving ahead of right ankle, pushing that water bottle closer to your left foot. That's going to allow you to get your low point ahead of the golf ball, but it's also going to enable you to get your weight into your left side and create that separation between your left shoulder and your chin through impact. That's a great combination. It's going to help you improve your impact conditions, but also create a little bit more compression. Weight into my left side at impact.